The right protein supplement can instantly improve your child's protein intake, and on your part, it won't take a lot of convincing at all. In this video, we're gonna go over the protein requirements for kids, we're gonna go over if it's a good idea for your kids, and we're gonna be going over what to look for in a protein supplement for your child. So with that, let's get to it. Try as you may, your kids will not always eat the food that's put in front of them. Now, there's an array of reasons as to why that may be. Maybe they don't like the texture of protein-rich foods. Maybe they're allergic to certain ingredients in key meals that your family provides. Or your kids might just be picky eaters. Whatever the case, it's time to consider protein powder supplements for your children so that they meet their daily requirements and they grow up healthy and strong. So next, let's talk about the protein requirements for your child. We're gonna set it up in brackets. 1 to 3 years old, 4 to 8 years old, and 9 to 13 years old. So first, in the 1 to 3 year old category, your child is very young, and it's recommended typically to serve them about 5 to 20% of their diet as protein. Which brings us into the next category, which is 4 to 8. As your child starts to develop a little bit more, you're gonna wanna up the protein intake. And here you're gonna see it's about 10 to 30% of their caloric intake is gonna be protein. And you'll see that this is about 150 to 450 calories worth of protein every single day. And then as your child starts growing and becoming stronger, maturing a little bit more from 9 to 13, you'll start realizing that it's typically recommended to serve your child 10 to 30% still of their diet as protein, and their caloric intake now is gonna be a little bit higher, so you'll see that's 175 to 550 calories worth of protein every single day. So that pretty much sums it up. Next we're gonna go into, is it a good idea to give your child a protein powder supplement? So is it a good idea to supplement your child's diet with protein powder? Well, it's recommended that you serve your child full whole foods, such as meat, beans, nuts, yogurt, and the like, to get their daily protein. However, many children are notoriously picky eaters, and with that being said, protein powder is an acceptable alternative to traditional food sources that contain high protein content, as long as it's devoid of sugar and other harmful ingredients. And with that, you can experiment to see which protein supplement your child enjoys the most. So we've determined that protein powder is an acceptable alternative to whole foods. So now that you are looking for a protein powder supplement, what do you want on the label? Well, first of all, you really want to make sure that the protein powder is low in fat, especially trans fat. Next, you want to make sure that it's generally low in carbs, unless those carbs are fiber-based. You also want to make sure that there's not too many calories, because you don't want to overfeed your children. So you want to make sure that it's about 200 calories or less per serving. Next, you want to make sure that there's no artificial flavors or other ingredients. And the key is you really want to make sure that it is low in sugar and salt. So now that you know all about protein powder for your children, well, how lucky you are to have landed on the Total Shape Protein Powder for Children article. In this article, it is filled with our top choices of protein supplements for your child. With that being said, make sure to check out our #1 pick and feel free to experiment. Maybe your child doesn't like one, well, there's plenty of flavors and plenty of brands so that one day you're gonna be able to find the exact supplement that's perfect for your child and they'll turn to every single time. Thanks so much for checking out the video. Welcome to Total Shape. Happy to help and see you on the next video. Take care.